Hey guys, welcome to For the Grunt. We're doing things a little bit differently here. As you can see, I'm now on a foldable table rather than my normal platform workbench. The reason why I'm doing that is because I need a little bit more space and contrast so you can actually identify what's going on in this video here. Now, the purpose of this video is I've received a huge amount of questions in regards to a general purpose plate carrier that can do essentially like a jack of all trades, from raids like we've been going over, to patrol-based operations, to just regular everyday in the field type of environment, like in the defense, or if you're doing a offensive and you're trying to assault machine gun bunker or trench line. Just something that can fit almost every scenario with the ability to change or remove or add on whatever you need from the scheme of maneuver that you get briefed and whatever task that you get. So, and here's the big buzzword here, modular. Basically a kit that you can use for almost everything, and it has the ability to self-sustain, meaning you don't need a lot of outside help to keep going. Especially with the way the military, specifically the Marine Corps, is going, where we're kind of doing disaggregated operations where you're sending out a squad or a platoon to essentially do whatever they need to do on their own for extended periods of time. You have to be able to essentially survive besides just be able to fight. So I have everything already taken out. This is the general bare minimum. This is not including anything that you might need, again, like I said, for your task specific items. So the plate carrier itself, you guys already seen my previous videos. I'm not going to go too in depth. I will go over the changes from the Helo Raid video kit stuff you guys seen, but essentially the only two main changes are the Haley Strategic Heavy Chest Rig and then the Shock Concepts Plate Carrier Pack. The reason why that is the way it is, or the way it's set up that way, is one, having a mountable chest rig onto a plate carrier that acts as a placard essentially is 10 times its weight in gold, because you can literally, I need to go on a reconnaissance patrol, I need to drop my plate carrier for reason X, Y, or Z. You can do that and still have everything that's mission essential you need. You're literally just dropping the plate carrier itself and the plates. Everything else though comes with you. So the way we're going to essentially break this down, or I guess build this up since everything is taken out, is we're going to essentially go over everything in the heavy chest rig, Haley Strategic, and then we will move on to the Shock Concepts Plate Carrier Pack, and how these two, when put together, create this Frankenstein sort of reconnaissance kit or light infantry kit. Everyone wants to call us light infantry, but once you put all this shit together and then you add the plate carrier, you're not light anymore. So I'm gonna kind of work top down. So as you can see, I have a mount for an ATAC. Now, in the event that I need to drop, say, plate carrier, right? This can just go in my pocket. Really, like, I'm not worried about having this mounted on a chest rig. This can quite literally go in my pocket, easy day, done, okay? Now, moving into the magazines. So the heavy chest rig from Haley Strategic comes with 4 magazine slots, and you can do this a multitude of ways. I've done it before where I took out, well, obviously my elastic bands that come with it stock, I took off and I ordered these separate Kydex inserts. You can take out, if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed shooter, the leftmost Kydex insert, and a Prick 152 fits perfectly in there. Vice versa, if you're a left-handed shooter, same thing on this side. However, I have a winglet, so I use all 4 spaces for my magazines. So you have your mags. And again, these are the Kydex inserts, so you don't have to worry about them flying out. They're retained via the insert itself, kind of holding onto them, kind of like pinching it. So there's your 4 magazines, and then I'll work your left to right, my right to left. So on the back side here, I have a Benchmade fixed blade knife, and that is on my right side. I'm ambidextrous, so it doesn't really matter, but I like having my radio on my left, because if I'm shooting with my right, I'm mainly shooting my right hand, so I'll be using this left hand for that. But Yep, Benchmade knife in here, and then I have, this is gonna be like my admin pouch for map related items and navigation. So I have a protractor that'll go in there. And then I have my PCC PCI checklist. I've already gone over that in a previous video. My tools, and then I'll put my map pens. I'll close that up. I don't want it too full because then it becomes an issue to like open and close it. And then what I'll do is I'll throw in my Surefire flashlight, Leatherman multi-tool, and on this side I have all my batteries. So in a previous video I went over how 1 is none, 2 is 1, and how essentially if you run out of batteries for something like your NVGs, you're fucked. Like point blank period. If you don't have the batteries you need to sustain, especially long operations where you may not get resupplied for a while, you're screwing yourself by assuming that resupply is going to be able to get there and give you what you need every time. All right, so recap: magazines, admin stuff and map stuff, utilities, batteries. So then on the side here, I will have this is another winglet, and this goes for, again, my Prick 152. So that's literally the front. There's not much to it. That's just the front of it. And then on the back, my water source is already in here. It's just your stereotypical Camelback, and then I would run the hose through these elastic bands, but to save time, I'm not gonna run the hose just to take it out to show you guys. You've all done that before for the most part. But the reason why I am choosing the Straw Concepts Play Carrier Pack is because the previous one that you've seen, the map from Agalite, it's nice, but if you're looking for general purpose, you need something a little bit bigger and something that you can detach easily. I'm going to show you what I mean with this and the chest rig for that Frankenstein kind of modification. But yeah, you need something a little bit bigger, because if you're going to do something like patrol-based operations, having a small pack that you cannot take off is pointless. Like we can argue that, we can debate that. In my opinion, it is pointless, because you are just carrying around extra fabric that if you need to take off, you can't. So with this one, you can carry more, but if you're not using it, you can fold it down and tie it down to where it's smaller. If you need to take it off, you can, and in this instance, you have to, in order to use this little Frankenstein thing that I'm doing. And overall, it's just a really good piece of gear. You can use it for anything. I've used it as an assault pack before. The reason why I like it, this one, is it's smaller than an assault pack, but can carry almost as much. I'll fit a tarp, a Gore-Tex top and bottom, and 2 MREs in this thing, not including this stuff, and it still fit it all. So at this top pouch, it's kind of like another admin pouch. Everything on this pack is something that are going to be things that I don't immediately need in a either firefight or within. If I need to get something in here, I'm in a long halt or I'm in my PV. If I'm at a short halt or I'm in a firefight, that's going to be in my front. So the top here, I'm going to put a lot of my more fragile items. I wouldn't say fragile, I would say more, example, clear lens, right? Think of that. So I'm going to put it up here. I have an antenna relocator for the 152, and here I have a bunch of different cables for my electronic devices if needed. And then I also have the cattail antenna as well. Let me see, what else am I looking at here? And then and then I have this bug net. It's for the face, you just wear it over your head. So I've done before where I put this on over my head and then put my Kevlar on, and it kept all the bugs out. And it kind of acts almost as like it almost camouflage, if you will. Not necessarily camouflage, but it definitely breaks up the color. That'll go up here. And then this thing right here, I've gone over in a previous video. This is the 158/152 USB charger and battery status. I will put I guess we'll give you guys a close up of what it looks like. There you go. And this thing is a gift from God. Reason being is we went over batteries, and we went over how the Marine Corps is moving to longer disaggregated operations. The Army has certain units that do that, but just a general purpose item that I think is probably unheard of for the most part, is this acts as the adapter between a 152 battery and any device that you need that connects via USB. An example of that is I have my ATAC, right? My ATAC, say, runs out of charge, and I didn't want to carry this around. We all know these cheap PX battery packs. We all know they suck. After about like a month, they're pretty much useless. So I stopped carrying this around because it's heavy and I honestly not needed. However, 152 batteries are in huge supply. As long as your company guns, or I'm not sure for the Army if your E7s or I believe Sergeant First Classes run your logistics, but at least for the Marine Corps side, if our company guns is on the ball and we're requesting 152 batteries, I may request maybe an extra 2 or even 3 152 batteries, and those are now my recharge stations, if you will. All I do is you take the battery and you connect it as if you're connecting it to the actual body of a 152 radio, and then you get 2 USB ports that you can plug in. And an example, not saying you should bring your phone out to the field, but say you want to charge your phone, right? You plug the USB in, and then you plug it into your phone, boom, you have charge. You can also, say you get a bunch of batteries and you're like, crap, I don't remember which one's dead and which one's not. Instead of going through the whole 9 of trying to like hook it in the 152, turn on the 152, see how much, you would just put this in, press this button, and it'll give you a status from 0 to 100 of how much charge is on there. Highly recommend getting this. And then there's also another one on this side. Let me see. I haven't used this. I'm not sure what it's for yet. If anyone wants to look that up, by all means you can. It's probably something cool. So yeah, that's kind of like at the top there. And then in the bottom, this is what I mean, but you can cinch it down. They come with these straps on the side where if you're not using a lot, you can just cinch it down. And then on the bottom here, I'll put something like my air panel, weapons cleaning gear, 550 cord. This is going to be dependent on your mission, like as far as length, but I never leave without 550 cord. That is a non-negotiable. I will always have 550 cord. And then I have other items kind of off to the side where I'd have on my person, like my Oakley M frames, a wrist compass. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the brand here. The Sunto wrist compass. This thing is awesome. Your QB sleeve, stuff of that nature. But then you have this, and this I will show you what this is here in a second. If you already know what it is, awesome. If you don't, you're about to find out. But normally I would keep this in my Chalk Consoles Play Carrier pack. Okay, now to the big why, or the big wow, like the bottom line up front, or the what's in it for me, or the reason why this is set up the way it's set up. General purpose, again, meaning you can use it for almost anything. Set up as it is right now, and I'm not going over my belt, I'm not going over all that stuff, so you're gonna see things like an IFAC, you're not gonna see the IFAC, you're not gonna see the other 2 magazines, you're not gonna see some other general purpose pouches because those are on my belt, and I'm not gonna talk about how to set up a belt because that is more like, your belt is really, that one I believe is user preference, not really mission. You're gonna carry stuff for the mission, but what you put on that belt, kind of like what you put on here, is gonna be totally up to you. And if you're ever dropping your battle belt or war belt, whatever you want to call it, I think you're already in a shit sandwich. You should almost never have a reason to drop. I have never come across a reason why I needed to drop my belt. But okay, out of that rabbit hole. So again, back to the why, or why this isn't set up the way it is. All right, I'm in the PB, or we just finished assaulting a trench line. All right, cool. We took the trench line. Our next mission was, and this is how we took the trench line. This is what we were wearing, right? So we have our PPE that protected us. Now, the next task is, all right, we need you and your platoon or squad to go set up a PB this many clicks away in this location and start doing reconnaissance patrols, because we have to find enemy positions, routes the enemy might take, recon an area or a zone, if you know that acronym, RAS. Just in general, you need to do something that requires you to be lighter and more quicker. So you're like, all right, cool. You walk, you get to your PB, your platoon commander, platoon sergeant say, hey, your squad's up. I need you to go recon this NAI. All right, good to go, Staff Sergeant, good to go, sir. am I good to drop my plate carrier and wear chest rigs? And then he says, sure. All right, cool. So now, without even having to pack out a whole separate chest rig and still maintain all of my mission essential gear, I will take this off, goes in my pocket, unclip these, and then I'm just gonna undo my cummerbunds here. And then now, boom. Everything that we talked about, bullets, everything to make a hole or plot a point is there. Slick plate carrier. The way I did this was, for those with the Gen 3 for the Marine Corps, you literally just take the front molly off, slap it inside each other and slide it down. I'll show you real quick. So if you didn't know you could do that, you can, but it comes in 2 parts. Normally what you see is you see this part back here, and this comes over the top on this. But once you pull it out, you just pull it over. And then shove it in, and then, oops, my 6-pin got caught up in there. So when you take your chest rig off, or when I take the chest rig off, not everyone has this option, I don't really need my pusher talk anymore, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm just gonna rely on the actual radio itself. You just lower the volume, and honestly, you'll be fine. So, boom, that's done. The front is done. Now, this, don't worry about this, don't worry about this, that's done. Now I'm gonna come over here. Now what I did is, originally, the Shot Concepts plate carrier pack was designed to come over the top and buckle in, and then have straps on your cummerbunds to where you could actually access your backpack without having to take it completely off and it stays mounted. You just unclip one side or the other and it will rotate around. I was not a fan of that after trying it for a little bit, because the straps that would come over the top right here ended up digging into my neck, so much so that I would bleed, which is it's just inconvenient, honestly, at the very least. And as much as I love the idea, I didn't really vibe with it too well. So I decided, okay, I don't need that. What I did was, instead, I took and you can, honestly, you don't have to use the Agalite tactical, but when I ordered the Agalite tactical map from my previous video, it came with these, I don't know what you want to call them. I don't know, it's just nylon threaded, and it has that that backstop to keep it from going through. But this is what I mean by like quick and in a hurry. I can take this off. That took me, what, less than 20 seconds. And then it's gonna be hard to show you, but essentially, I'll be able to show you this one, so you guys can see. But so what I did was, I took the bottom of the Shot Concepts plate carrier pack, ran it through the cummerbund in between, and clipped it into here. And then I have a tourniquet pouch and a grenade pouch on either side that prevents it from shifting left or right. It keeps it center line. So that was how I solved that problem. Clipping it. All right, boom. So now I have this whole piece, okay? Now, I literally just have the plate carrier, and the only thing that's still on the plate carrier is a grenade pouch, flexi cuff, and a tourniquet. Now, I can literally just take this tourniquet out, throw it in my cargo pocket, and I'll be fine. I can just take this whole thing, and I'm done with it. I'm done, that's it. So now what I'll do is I take this, and then this is where this comes in handy. This is what I was talking about earlier. This comes with the Haley Strategic Heavy Chest Rig already. I just, like I said, keep it in the backpack until I need it. And this will cover the rear side of the Velcro. That way you don't have a lot of sticking points and it's not being worn down. And so now, put it in, put it in. Oops, wrong clip. And I'll put this in. Apologies if you can hear my son crying in the background. I was trying to make this video before he woke up. And then boom, now you have Now you have it. There it is. And you just put this back here. You have your, I'm gonna try and hurry up and finish this video before you really start trying, but you have your whole water source, all that admin stuff, the chest rig with everything you need. Still carries your radio, still carries your knife, all your bullets. Your belt will have your band-aids. This is pretty much the setup, guys. This is the general purpose. And then it literally just as easy as I broke it down, the chest rig in the pack, you just put it right back on when you get back inside your PB. And then that's it. For those wondering, this is the muff, the Spirit Systems muff. It's literally just a hand warmer. We're in the winter time right now and it gets cold over here, and having cold fingers and trying to manipulate things can be a fucking tasker. So yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's any comments, questions, or concerns, throw them in the comments. I know a lot of this stuff might be redundant for you guys who've been kind of tracking the channel and watching previous videos, but I'm trying to get out as much as I can as far as options for everybody, because I do get a lot of questions like in my DMs and stuff on Instagram and even other social media platforms about this specific type of kit, the general purpose kit. So back to our scenario, you come back inside the wire of your PB, and then you get told, all right, we have to go, and we're assaulting another position, or we're setting in an ambush at this route that you recon. All right, cool. You literally just throw this bad Larry back on. And then to do that, clip, clip, take this one off. And then somebody will be like, oh, you're the PB Velcro. Well, if, you know, you win some, you lose some, you know what I mean? You're getting up to move anyway, so it's like, put this back on. Don't put it a little too low. There we go. Boom, that's done. Pull this in the back. Right here, show you on this side, and I just put this here, boom, boom. Then I'll take, like I showed you before, just route it through, and then just route it through. Business. There it is. It's that simple. So there is your general purpose jack of all trades. You can go from assaulting a trench to going on a recon patrol, relatively light, and then you can obviously add and take away as needed for whatever your mission or task is. This doesn't, again, this didn't include my belt, so which it would have my IFAC and other stuff on it, like other magazines and whatnot. But yeah, this is my version of your general purpose plate carrier that can kind of do everything you might need it to do without carrying any extra chest rig or packs or anything like that. It's already there and what you already would have been wearing if you didn't have it. Thank you guys for watching. Again, any questions, concerns, or comments, throw them down in the comment section.